About autism. You've probably heard lots of thoughts and ideas about autism, but we want to make sure that you know what is true and what is false. We have put together 11 autism myths to help put an end to any misconception about autism. All of these great for studies students to share with classmates. So get involved if you know someone with autism and speak up for them. Myth. People with autism don't want friends. Truth. If someone in your class has autism, they probably struggle with social skills, which may make it difficult to interact with peers. They might seem shy or unfriendly, but that's just because he or she is unable to communicate their desire for relationships the same way you do. That is the truth about autism. Another truth about autism that we need to know and stop misconception of the autism community. Myth. People with autism can't feel, express any emotion, happy or sad. Truth is, autism doesn't make an individual unable to feel emotions you feel. It just makes the person communicate emotions and perceive your expressions in different ways. Myth. People with autism can't understand the emotions of others. The truth. Autism often affects an individual's ability to understand unspoken interpersonal communication. So someone with autism might not detect sadness based solely on one's body language or sarcasm and one tone of voice. But when emotions are communicated more directly, people with autism are much more likely to feel empathy and compassion for others. Another myth. People with autism are intellectually disabled. Truth. Oftentimes, autism brings with it just many exceptional abilities as challenges. Many people with autism have normal to high IQ, and some may excel at math, music, or any another pursuit. Here is another misconception about autism, which I do not think is appropriate. People with autism are just like Dustin Hoffman's character in Rain Man. Truth. Autism is a spectrum disorder, meaning its characteristic vary slightly from person to person. Knowing one person with autism means just that. Knowing one person with autism, a person's capability and limitations are no indications of the capabilities and limitation of another person with autism. Myth. People who display qualities that may be typical of a person with autism are just odd and will grow out of it. Truth. Autism stems from biological condition and affects the brain development, and for many individuals is a lifelong condition. Myth. Autism only affects children. Truth. Children with autism grow up to become adults with autism. Myth. Autism is just a brain disorder. Research is showing that many people with autism also have co-occurring conditions like epilepsy, gastrointestinal disorder, food sensitive, and many allergies. Myth. Autism is caused by bad parenting. Truth. In 1950, a theory called the refrigerator mother hypothesis arose, suggesting that autism was caused by mothers who lacked emotion and warmth. that had been long been disapproved. I don't know if I believe that fairy. Myth. The prevalence of autism has been steadily increased for 40 years. 40 years. Truth. The prevalence of autism has increased by 600% in the last 20 years. In 1975, excuse me, in 1975, an estimate in 1 million had autism. In 2014, and an estimate 1 in 59 had autism spectrum disorder. Myth. Therapies for people with autism are covered by insurance. Truth. Many insurance companies exclude autism from coverage plans. 48 of the 50 U.S. states have passed some form of autism insurance coverage laws, thanks to the works of advocates.